Hello my friend and welcome back. My name is Hannah and today I have a special Thanksgiving video for you. This is kind of a first impressions, like get ready with me, I'm testing a new brand. I don't really know what exactly to call this other than something that I'm thankful for. I don't know if you remember, but I had a video from summer, I believe, where I was vlogging outside and I was wearing this exact t-shirt, but if you don't remember the details from that video, I mentioned that my friend had just released this t-shirt and she was starting her brand and her company, and I was absolutely so excited for her. That same friend sent me a wonderful, beautiful gift with the intent to make content with it. And so that's what this video is today. But I just want to give some details and some backstory before I go into playing with new makeup, because this is such a meaningful kind of gift to me, and I thought it would be perfect for, I don't know, Thanksgiving. Like, Thanksgiving is one of those weird holidays, right? Because we're celebrating colonists coming in and taking over, and I am personally not a huge fan of Thanksgiving. I don't even eat turkey, but I am a big fan of giving thanks. I am a big fan of being appreciative. I don't need to celebrate that and recognize that on one day in November. I kind of live my life around it, but when you have a theme, you have a theme. So I don't know if this helps you be thankful for things in your life. Let me give that to you. So I'll insert a picture here of my wonderful, beautiful friend Michelle, and I'll leave her Instagram and her site linked down below. I believe she's still selling this t-shirt, and she should be having like a new drop. I'm not quite sure how soon it's coming, but I know she's been working on it in the background for a while. And I can't give out any of the concept ideas, but if you like what you see on her Instagram page, I think you would really like what you see in her new drop. Very, very cute. But just to give you a little bit of backstory, Michelle is one of my dearest friends, and it almost feels like it happened so suddenly, but we've been friends for like the longest time. I had been following her Instagram for forever, and we would sometimes talk through DMs, and then one day she followed me, and then we've been talking about Snoopy and depression almost every day since. And I don't know, I know a lot of us have gone through really hard times during this pandemic. I know it all kind of hits us in different ways, and some days we're absolutely fine, and then other days we're like, oh, this absolutely sucks. And she has kind of been my go-to person, and I think in some ways, I hope I've been that for her anyway. I hope this isn't a one-sided kind of friendship. It doesn't feel that way, but I can't speak for her. I can only speak for myself. And I don't know, I think without her, it would have been a lot harder to kind of come into this new setting that I'm in and even start this channel and do these videos. She's just been a huge inspiration for me. So I don't know, I can feel my eyes getting emotional. But she's just been a huge inspiration for me and a huge fan of mine, and I don't know, for me that's like something so new and fantastic, and oh my gosh, I can feel it in my face. Ooh, stop it, just be happy. Okay, I'm super thankful for her friendship, and by no means did she have to buy me anything, get me anything. I think this is just her showing me thanks for the friendship that I can provide for her, and this is just a beautiful moment, so I just want to share it with you guys. She did hit me up and ask me what makeup I wanted, what was something that I can make content on, and I could have picked whatever under the sun that I wanted, and I chose the Nomad Cosmetics Haunted Europe palette because I knew that was something I had my eye on, but I had already purchased a few other kind of like autumn Christmassy kind of things. And I don't know why the Nomad one was really the one that I went to, but that was like just the one item that I could think, oh, I don't have something like this in my collection and this would be really nice to have. So she did tell me that she did order some extra things in there, and she did send me a picture, but Michelle, I didn't look at it. I kind of let it be a surprise. So I did already open it, so I already know what I got. And can I just say, this like paw wrapping paper, I'm a huge fan of, but we'll get into that when I talk about the product. So I did get the Nomad, I did get the Haunted Europe palette, but she was also so very kind to get me the Home for the Holidays palette. This is their holiday release, which is limited edition. It's a full shimmer palette, so for me this is gonna be a companion palette, because I don't do an all I've never done an all shimmer look like that. Like, I don't know, but I have a lot of thoughts and opinions on this already because I've seen videos on it, but I didn't understand what the concept behind it was. She also got me the Nomad Sydney Blathers Balmoral Beach. I believe this is a highlighter. Yes, this is a highlighter. So I'm going to be using this in today's video as well. But let's talk about the, I guess I should also show you the Haunted Europe palette, because I think I also chose this because she's also one of my like goth queens and understands my love of like blood and gore and spooky, but also being cute. So maybe that's why I thought specifically of this palette, but the colors in this palette also remind me of her, because she's someone that like will do lots of blues and yellows in her eyes, and those are colors in this palette. So I'll talk about that when I open it. But first, let's zoom in so we can see what I'm doing to my face, and then I'll talk about the products as I'm using them. So now that we're zoomed in, I'm going to start with the highlighter, because I've already done a majority of my complexion off camera. I don't know, I didn't know how intense I was gonna go with my eye look, so I tried to keep the rest of my face kind of simple. This is the highlighter, and it is this beautiful pink. And Michelle, I don't know if you know how much I love a pink highlighter, but here we are. Maybe you also love a pink highlighter, and this is just you telling me what kind of makeup you like, because this is so, in the pan, it's already so pretty. I am gonna get my brush wet because I want my highlighter to shine. And let's just go in. Oh, that's a highlight. Wow, that's a highlight. I'm pretty sure Nomad Cosmetics, all the products are inspired by the travels that the couple that has created the brand goes on. That's why all of their makeup items are named after like different countries and things like that. On the packaging for the Haunted Europe, and I think even on the highlighter, it talks about like the inspirations and kind of the locations of each place. So this one is from like Sydney, Australia, and this is supposed to be a blendable and buildable powder pink highlighter with glistening pearls to create a sun-kissed look. And I mean, say less, because I also love the beach. I'm born and raised in California, and I've always been near water, whether that be the swamps from back home or the beaches down south that I'm currently near. And Michelle also lives in the swamps and by beaches because she lives in Florida. Michelle, I promise not to give too much of your information out. I promise. But I think it's so fun that she lives in Florida, because I always fantasize about like having an alligator friend. So I don't know, I think this highlighter is also in a weird way kind of like symbolic of our friendship and our love for water and swamps. Maybe we'll go to, are there swamps in Australia? I'm sure there has to be. This is a very beautiful highlighter. It's a very natural, like this would kind of, I can reach for every day. Very rarely do I get a highlighter that catches on camera, so like, very pretty. I would even use this for my cosplay. Just gorgeous. Okay, I have two palettes. I will start with, let's open the Haunted Europe palette. It's absolutely beautiful. I think this is the like one palette before the seasonal one that they just came out with that was like loosely inspired by a location, because this is based off of medieval Europe. The coordinates say that it's haunted castles and eerie forests, and the inspiration is dark fairy tales. Like I said, most of their palettes, like I think they have like a Tokyo palette and things like that. So this was one that was like inspired by something different, but like look at this packaging. This was like really, again, I need to not be so sold by the packaging, but I swear to God, like I didn't want this palette just for this, but this is so cool. I love that my camera can even pick this up. Okay, I'm done. And the color story on the inside is just, look, these are like the summertime shades I like to use. And then these are like my springy time sort of, but then also just like year round. So I don't think that this palette is meant for just one season. I think, like, I don't see this as like a Halloween palette, and I believe it is a part of their permanent collection. To me, this is just like an aesthetic palette, because I know a lot of goth girls and boys who would love this kind of palette year round. And especially someone like me that likes to be a la carte from Helsing at all moments of the day. This is perfect. So I'm not quite sure what kind of look I want to do, but like, I don't know if you guys can see, I don't know if it's blurred out, but even the imprints on the palette are just so cute. Some are coffins, some are graves, some have spider webs, some are castles. So very pretty. Well, there's even a shade called Krampus and Braun Castle, Bloody Mary, Count Dracula. Is there an Alucard? Oh my God, there isn't an Alucard, but it's so cool. I'm just a huge fan. This is so awesome. Okay, Michelle has this very beautiful, I'll insert a picture, has this very beautiful blue look that she does. I'm gonna try and do something similar-ish if I can. She's also a big fan of just like doing like a yellow lid kind of thing, but I'm gonna use this image as my inspiration for this look. So let's start with Braun Castle, which is kind of like this muted yellow shade, and let's just kind of pop that in the outer corner. Oh, you know what? I know exactly what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna pop this shade in the outer corner. And this is like just more of like a grayish kind of purple. And I'm gonna put a little bit of that in my inner corner. I always take a brush that is slightly too big for my inner corner, and I always regret it, but that's fine. I'm already super in love. Okay, and then I'm gonna take the shade Black Forest, which is this like super blue, and I'm gonna just pat that over so I can have a very deep blue. And I'm gonna just blend that out. And then what do I want to take on my lower lash line? I could go a number of ways. Will I take the shade Count Dracula? Sure, why not? Why not take that one? It has cute little bats. Oh, this is so pretty. And I'm just taking it on a pencil brush just to follow my lower lid. Okay. Now I would take Big Bad Wolf and blend that right in the center, but I want to look in the other palette. So this is the Home for the Holidays, and I thought this was a bear, but it's not. It's a dog. Apparently it says on the back that the destination is home for the holidays and the inspiration is family and fur babies. So that means critters to me. Oh, shut up. The inside of the packaging has dogs. I don't know if you guys can see that. Because when I opened the package, it also came with a card that said, thank you for your order, blah, 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 blah. And I had a paw print in there and another one that kind of talked about the brand and the owners and the inspiration. Oh my gosh, this is just straight like glitter. Will this get all over the place? I hope not, but that's so... Designed on location with the pups at Dogs in Kitty City, Dallas, Texas. Proud supporter of the Humane Society of Dallas County. Does that mean that like when you bought this, the proceeds went to like help animals? Oh my God, look, I'm a sucker for any kind of critter, but especially dogs. Okay, thank you. What was I going to say? This palette is also very interesting because it's all shimmers except for this black. But I don't remember if you guys remember, I forget what video it was. I was trying to do some kind of cool shimmer thing by having, I think it was with the Frog palette. You put a darker shade underneath and the shimmer on top and it makes the shimmer kind of pop in a different way. That's what this black matte is for. So I'm going to try and use this white as an inner corner highlight. And I'm going to try and put this blue on my lid because Michelle likes a blue look because she's a very Dolly Parton kind of gal. Okay, so let's get a flat brush. This one's a little bit stained. I'm sorry, but let's put this shade Buzz. Is that after one of the pets? Oh my God. I'm gonna get my brush wet, thank you. And let's put it right in the center. From my understanding, these shimmers are fairly pigmented, so that's why I didn't really put anything underneath it. Again, especially with shimmer shades, you can always lay something underneath it and kind of have it won't change like what the shimmer looks like, but when you put, it's like blending colors together, you can kind of have a color shift underneath. I don't know, like a fake duochrome or iridescent, if you will. I feel like a shiny blue lady. That's so pretty. Okay, and then I'm gonna go back in with that Black Forest shade and I'm just gonna touch up and blend where the shimmer meets. Okay, and then I'm gonna take the shade Evander, which is that white shade. I should probably also spray it. And I'm gonna take that in my inner corner. I'm just gonna ice that out a little bit. I should maybe go in with a deeper under eye color. Let's see. I'll take this Drags Home Castle shade, which is like a deeper brown. There we go. Wow, the drama. I'm definitely gonna have to wear a falsie. I will be right back. I'm gonna copy and paste this look onto this eye. I will be right back and I'll give you some of my thoughts and opinions and you'll see my final look. Shiny. It's like haunted, but holidays. So this is the final look and I'm really happy with how it turned out. Although I was going more for like a Dolly Parton kind of blue, I got a Debbie Harry kind of blue, but I guess that suits my characteristics anyway, and my whole attitude, and I wish I had a blonde wig so then I could really be Debbie Harry, but that's besides the point. Let's talk about the things I did off camera before I talk about the products themselves. So I did do a winged liner off camera. I just used my black liner and I did put on a false lash. I did put the NYX faux blacks liner. I believe it's the shade Obsidian. It's like the blue one. It's one of my favorite deeper blue shades. I think if you wanted to make this more of like a bright, friendly kind of look, you would use like a lighter blue liner, but right now I don't have a lighter blue, so I think that would be like the next thing to add to my collection. But really I like the drama that it's bringing. I like the tones that it's bringing, and I love that it's like these two specific palettes put together that got me this look, because it's kind of funny looking at it on my vanity. So let's talk about the products. I'm gonna start with the Home for the Holidays palette. Even though I only used the 2 shades, I can say that for shimmers, I don't really know if I can tell like what's an intense shimmer, like what has more deepness and coverage versus like a lid topper kind of thing, because I feel like even with lid toppers or like shade toppers, you just spray them and you can build them up in a way. But I mean, I only pressed my brush once into the pan and got it wet, and like the color payoff is like pretty amazing. Like I'm sure I could still build it up to get something even more intense, but I really don't have to. It's pretty good. And I don't really have any like crazy fallout on my face. Like if anything, it just kind of blends into my highlighter, so it's not anything crazy. And I really only catch it if I'm really studying my face to look for it. The white shade is, I don't know, I feel like it's unique to the blue shimmer in that, like right now I have it on top of a matte shade, so the whiteness is still kind of like popping through with the blue tint. I feel like with this white shade, if you were to lay that down first and then put a matte shade on top, you can kind of get like a faux iridescent kind of tone. It's very interesting, so it makes me wonder if the other shimmers are the same way, because then this palette would be very, very versatile that you could use for a number of things. I think this is a great companion palette, and I'm happy to have it in my collection, and I didn't realize that I was missing something. Like I wouldn't have, oh, look at that glitter in my camera. I wouldn't have picked this up if my friend didn't gift this to me, so I'm really happy to have this in my collection, because now I just want to put this red shimmer all over my eye and be crazy. let's talk about the highlighter, because this has been like a pleasant surprise. Highlighters for me can be very miss or miss. I feel like I know that I love the ColourPop highlighters because they work for me, but when I try other brand highlighters, like there's either like a weird white cast or it leaves like weird texture to my skin. So like I very rarely am I trying something outside of the ColourPop formula. But this one is so nice. And again, I know I've already showed it, but this like pinky kind of tone is something that I always kind of go for when highlighting my face. And I love that it's more of like this natural glow from within and like summer shades, things like that. Like this is a very nice addition to have. I can see myself pulling for this highlighter a lot. It's very similar to the, if you liked the ColourPop Villains, what is this one actually called? Everybody's Got a Weakness, where this is more the Super Shock, so this is more of like the creamy formula, but I mean, this one is not too different. Like it's not too far off. They're very, very similar. This one looks a little bit more pink in the pan, but they honestly perform in the same way. So if you liked this Hades highlighter, which is like one of my favorites, I would maybe get your hands on this one because this one's it's really good. And then let's talk about the Haunted Europe palette. I love the packaging. This is so fun. I really do believe that this is like not a Halloween palette. I really do think this is like the, I don't want to say alternative or goth, but I think this is like the perfect palette for those, if you're like me, that wears a lot of black, and if you're not wearing black, you're wearing a white anime shirt and pants all the time. And I mean, like I said, this is more of like my summer tones. I got some spring stuff going on, and then even putting the colors together, like I don't think this goes for any one season. I truly believe that this is an aesthetic palette, and the formula is just absolutely wonderful. Like I've heard nothing but really good things about Nomad Cosmetics, but the way that these shadows performed, really good. Like I love the Melt formula, I love the Claydos formula. Those are like my top two, but this is something that's like a little bit different in that, I mean, these shimmers are really beautiful, and like this color story is really wonderful, and the way that these shades can kind of stack on top of each other, this might be like one of my, like it's gonna be like Claydos Melt Nomad, kind of in that color combination. I don't know if Nomad has a bunch of other like palettes and things like that out, but I know that this was the one that caught my attention the most. I think mostly because I loved the theming of the palette, but even the shades inside are things that I reach for consistently. And even if they're not like the exact like swampy greens, they're things that I can add to my swampy green palettes, or even like my very berry purple palettes. So this is really nice. And even the way that these like shadows are laid down, it's very easy to look at it and kind of put a look together. I'm not super overwhelmed looking at this with all the different colors, because again, I'm a fan of like smaller pans. Like I like a 9 pan. 15 shades are kind of like where I max out, but this looks really nice. Like I can already see 4 to 5 different looks that I want to play with. So I'm very happy and excited to have this in my collection. And so this is the part where I would just like to take a moment to thank my friend Michelle for such a wonderful and thoughtful gift. I know I've said this time and time again, you really didn't have to gift me anything at all. Your friendship means the world to me, truly. It's nice to have someone that I can send as many animal content videos as I can. Some people are like, what the hell are you doing? Stop sending me. Blocked. Oh God, I can feel my eyes getting emotional. Get it together, don't be embarrassing. Look, I really appreciate your friendship, and I love you to pieces, and when the world is not as chaotic as it is, and it's a little bit more manageable in its chaos, I would love nothing more than to come to the crazy land of Florida, and maybe I will have my own Florida man story. Maybe I will be the Florida man. makes me nervous because I don't know, I instantly thought of me befriending an alligator or a crocodile or whatever it is down there, and then that sounds dangerous because those things can really like take your whole hand. Anyway, I'm very happy, and I just can't stress enough that I am so thankful for you. And so to all my friends watching, if you have a friend that you're thankful for, let them know. Let them know. And even if you haven't talked to them in a while, let them know. Send them a cow video and just say, hey, I'm thankful for you. Here's a video of a cow. I'm sure it'll go over well. I don't know. The holiday seasons always make me feel a weird type of way. I don't know. You might be someone like me where, you don't really have the like close family bonds that everyone seems to have about the holidays. Everyone gets so excited about the holidays. I absolutely dread them. Like I don't have seasonal depression. I just have holiday depression, and I just I hate it. I hate it so much. So I don't know, if you're someone like me and you just don't have that kind of connection, but you have these wonderful, beautiful friendships in your life, show a little bit of thanks. And it doesn't have to be because of Thanksgiving. It could just be simply because you're thankful for whatever it is that they've done for you in this year. I'm sure they would really appreciate it. And so that's what I'm gonna leave for today. I should see you guys tomorrow for the new makeup release videos that I do on Friday. There's been a lot of stuff that's come out, so I feel like it's gonna be a really long one. I'm gonna try and film it before I have to do any of my Thanksgiving junk, so we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I will have makeup on, maybe I won't. I don't know. So I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Have a happy Thanksgiving, and I'll see you tomorrow. How many times do I need to say that? Bye.